Spirituality, the top 25 best techniques for becoming enlightened and at peace, by McCloud. Narrated by Joshua Mackey. Introduction. I want to thank you and congratulate you for purchasing the audiobook Spirituality, the top 25 best techniques for becoming enlightened and at peace. This audiobook contains proven steps and strategies on how to strengthen the spiritual part of your being, how to seek spiritual enlightenment, and how to increase your inner peace. Spirituality is often confused with religion. People often think that if you're a spiritual person, you must be active in a church, temple, mosque, or another religious group. That's not always true. Although religion can be a part of spirituality, it's not a defining point. So what exactly is spirituality? That's a good question. One person may define spirituality as going to church. Another may describe it as being in tune with your own spirit, while others say spirituality is a matter of being present in the moment. Some people think of spirituality as a connection with spirits, those that live on the earth, or with the spirits of people who have left the earth for bigger and better things. In this audiobook, we define spirituality as the ability to connect to matters of the spirit. A spiritual person might take time to enjoy the beauty of a blooming garden on the way to work, while others scurry on by without even noticing its delightful loveliness. Sensitivity to beauty is but one aspect of spirituality. Elizabeth Gilbert, author of Eat, Pray, Love, wrote, "Religion is for those who don't want to go to hell, and spirituality is for those who have already been there." If you feel like you've been to hell and back in your life, you've probably emerged from the experience with a heightened awareness of what really matters. Often what matters most will be something spiritual in nature, something as intangible as loving relationships, or as simple as a breeze caressing your face. When we run from our hellish experiences, we tend to gravitate towards something that means more than what we left behind. That pursuit is the essence of spirituality. The YouTube video, Religion versus Spirituality, by Sean Mesheret, provides the basics of spirituality and shows some differences between it and the subset of spirituality known as religion. Spiritual people tend to have an inner glow. They may seem wise beyond their years. As a child, I knew an older gentleman who happened to be very active in his church. He wore a shock of brilliant white hair above twinkling blue eyes, and light seemed to radiate from every pore of his body. The man was wise, kind, and truly cared about helping others, instead of pursuing financial gain and professional power. Amazingly, he always had more than enough money to support his large family, yet he was constantly reaching out to help others in need. Because of his spiritual foundation, this man had more than he needed, not just to survive. He lived a happy and generous life. I've often wished I could be like this man. Now that I'm a little older, I realize I can have some of those things he had. I've stopped worrying about fame and fortune because I trust that my spiritual source will take care of my life. I'm learning to accept myself, both the bad and the good. I'm learning to love the self I have been given. It's not easy to follow a spiritual path. People who are brought up in a spiritual household might have an advantage because they grew up surrounded by examples and mentors. Even so, only you can pursue spiritual growth. Nobody can do it for you. Although you may be spiritually mature, this doesn't mean you're perfect. Even my godly, white-haired friend didn't function in spiritual mode all the time. Difficulty seems to invade life almost on cue when things seem to be going well. Your car might break down just after successfully getting a tooth fixed. When things appear to be going well, a child may make a mistake and saddle you with legal problems. You might become sick just after acquiring a new job, so you feel you can't take off time to get better. These difficulties may be a challenge to your spiritual life. The true challenge, as human beings with all of our foibles, is to handle these obstacles without losing faith. Trust.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?